just mix and bake. I'm going to use both Ninjas. I've just worked out that I can't get the meatloaf in the grill, so it's going to go in the foodie. However, a standard oven would also do. And it's a pretty simple recipe. I mean, meatloaf is meatloaf. It's meat with a few things pushed into a loaf tin and banged in the oven. I'm using 5% minced beef. Reason being, because this is going to sit in a loaf tray, if you use a higher fat percentage, you're going to end up with a loaf tray full of water and liquid. So you're better using a lower fat percentage for this one. It'll be easier to deal with. There'll be a lot of juices come out of the higher fat percentage otherwise. So effectively everything's going to go into this big bowl, but we're going to start with the beef. Just get it together. I'm just going to then push it to the side so we can then sort of sprinkle the... It's easier to sort of mush the beef before it's got all of the stuff in it first, and then just create yourself a bit of a well for all of your ingredients. Right, so everything's in, so it's all in there. To that, we're just going to add the rest of the ingredients. So spices wise, I'm keeping this fairly, I wouldn't say plain, but fairly sort of classic. All it's going to have in there is garlic and thyme. You could easily add some smoked paprika, you could add some Kashmiri chili, play with the flavour. Breadcrumbs. Now this is, I was going to make a 90-second bread, and the macros that I've done are based on a 90-second bread. Any bread that you've got kicking around, linseed, 90-second. So that's the equivalent of one 90-second bread. One egg. Right, I've only got a little bit of thyme left, so I'm just going to dump it in. It's about a teaspoon of thyme. So, a good teaspoon of garlic powder, or granules, some salt. About half a teaspoon there. I'm using the Aldi version of Worcestershire Sauce. 10 mils, 10 grams. We've literally got about that much left. So in total we're going to use about 100 mils of passata, but we're going to sort of add some to the top. I am going to get my hands in here, but I'm just combining everything. I'll give it a good smush together. Right, I'm just going to take half the mix. Right, so obviously in the tin, really sort of press it in. It is going to shrink. When it cooks, it will shrink. I've got some Pizza Mozzarella from Tesco's. Now I tasted this earlier and that's actually really good. It's surprisingly different to the Morrison's Pizza Mozzarella. I'm just going to put a layer of mozzarella in here. I've probably gone with about just over 100 grams. Just over. So I've not gone crazy. Don't need to go mental. Adding cheese to everything. So it's about 25 grams per portion if it was a portion of 4. Something like that. And then the rest of it on top. And give it a good old press down. There we go. So he's going into the foodie. It's going to take quite a while to bake, so it's going to take probably 40-45 minutes. You are best sort of with a probe to make sure. This is a 8¼ inch loaf tin, so this is the Ninja loaf tin, so specifically for the Ninja foodie.
Other ovens are available.
Other ovens are available. We are not sponsored. So yeah, this is an 8-inch, just over an 8-inch sort of loaf tin. The one that I'm going to bring out of the oven now is slightly smaller. Right, so I topped this with a little bit of passata a few minutes ago. Now, I've tested this about 10 minutes ago. It was almost a temperature, and now it's fully, I mean, it right in the middle, it's hitting 70 degrees, so that's perfect. There is some liquid in the bottom of here. A lot of it has cooked away, I'll be honest, it's bubbled away. It can just make a mess if you're using a normal oven and all the liquid comes out. It'll just make a mess. Some of it has spilt out into the Ninja. I'm just seeing if I can pick it up. So there's a tiny little bit at the bottom of the tray, but not much. So that's come away quite nicely.